Today we're going to be talking about tom tuning. Trust me, there are a bazillion videos out there for tom tuning, but I specifically wanted to answer a question from McKayla Phillips. McKayla Phillips is one of my former students, and when I did the first video on these Wednesdays with Willie series, she asked about the tom tuning that I used for Peaux from Xenakis' Pleiades, as well as what we used in Melange and some other pieces. I am only one of a bazillion drummers that keep working on this. I'm going to talk about a few things and I hope that it helps. The first thing is you're going to learn by doing. So experiment with how you tune, right? Experiment with the resonant head, what you're using. Experiment with the batter head, what you're using. How are you going to tune them? What are the intervals you're going to use? Does it work to tune these specific heads on this certain drum to a specific pitch? You'll probably find that it does. The second thing are intervals. How should I tune the intervals between the drums? And then lastly, how should I create the optimum resonance for each drum to speak? So first, let's listen to a little clip of the UNCG Percussion Ensemble performing with this concert tom tuning. So I hope you can hear that the drums are fairly deep, that they have a clear presence to them. When you strike them, they have a good attack as well as a resonance, and that they have their own sound in the mix. So here are my thoughts on it. I can tell you that most of the time I tune all my concert toms in minor thirds, which is the way most of us drum set players are going to tune to. Typically, if I want the head to have a clear tone, I'm going to try to tune them at the same pitch. And then if I want a little bit of a fall, which typically I do, then I'm going to take the batter head, the top head out just a little bit. So the first thing to notice is flip the drum over. You probably want to get a good workstation so you're not bending over things or having to get up and down much, right? So I think this is one of the most often things that are not looked at or thought about, and that it's the drum has a natural sound to it, right? So you can listen here. I'm going to tap the shell. I'm going to find that pitch, and then I'm going to tune the bottom head to that pitch. Once I'm happy with that, and I find that the resonant head matches the shell, the pitch of the shell, then I'm going to flip it over, see where the batter head is, and I'm going to take it up higher in pitch, whether it's a half step or minor third. I'm not going to try to go too high, but I want to have it enough so when I hit that it has a nice fall. So let's check that out now. Again, as a review, I think experiment. Figure out what works for you. Maybe you come up with your own sounds. 2, start to find your sound and dial it in. I mean, let's be honest here. My sound is coming from this. And I think me growing up in that early to mid 80s era where I started to get my sound of drums, you can't beat, right, Phil Collins. So that's my idea of a sound. And so I'm wanting things with a punch that aren't too high and pingy, but have a little bit of a fall so when you hit them, right? I hope some of these comments have been helpful to you. This is a quick one today. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. You can click subscribe here. And as well, I hope you check out some of my other Wednesdays with Willie's videos, including my first one that actually talks about concert snare drum tuning, and you can relate it to how we talked about concert tom tuning today.